What's up guys, Lou here, back with another video, and today we're going to be taking an exclusive first look, hands-on, with the new Gear S2. You have this brand new user interface, which for me is probably the coolest part. This bezel around the outside actually spins, kind of like those old school watches that your dad probably used to wear, or maybe he still does. So starting from the watch face here, you can move it to the left-hand side to look at your notifications. You can then take action on those notifications from that location. Now, one thing to mention before I get into that, you can still navigate through touch like this by swiping back and forth, but the whole concept here to keep your hands, to keep your fingers off the screen. Okay, so here you can see the message and I can take action on it by tapping, at which point I can see the entire conversation thread. Then at the very bottom, I can click reply. From here, there's a couple of different options. What's up? I'll talk to you soon. There's a plus button down at the bottom. So if you're like me and you like to use a lot of slang with your friends and whatnot, you can put it all in here. I'm assuming it's gonna be appropriate slang, okay? Keep it clean, kids. But that's not the only option. You can also use your voice. You can see there's a microphone icon there, so you can dictate the message back. Or if you wanna have a little bit more fun, pick a thumbs down, because I'm just a downer that day. No, never mind. Thumbs up. That's what we're all about. Then I can just select it, boom. Now, if you're old school, there's even an option using this T9 style input. This for me is probably not the most practical way to interact with it at this point, but hey, it's there. Maybe you're in some kind of top secret environment and you can't get to your phone. You've got this under the table, you know, some James Bond type stuff. So here you'll be able to see that there are tons of different watch faces to choose from. In fact, there's over 20 right now. There'll be an open SDK so people can make their own watch faces. By clicking on the stylize button, you can get even more variations even within one particular watch face. And another cool thing here is that there are custom watch faces for different functions. Here you can see there's a Nike watch face. And that brings me to actually one of my favorite watch faces here, activity bubbles. There's two independent bubbles. Unfortunately, right now, you can tell that I've been sitting a little bit too much. Daily competition with yourself. We've seen this before on other activity trackers and whatnot, but I just thought this was kind of a cool implementation. You see a guy sitting down. You see the actual image of it, and it makes you feel terrible about yourself. Get up, stop feeling terrible. Let's make a change. The bands are interchangeable. It's kind of just click, remove, and go from there. So rounding out the hardware on the device, here on the right-hand side, you'll notice two buttons. This one's gonna be used for back, to go back within the interface. You've also got a home button to skip all the way back to the main page, and then a microphone in this location here. On the back of the device, you'll notice a sensor. This is gonna be used to read your heart rate. Now there are other sensors inside as well, not just heart rate. You've also got a gyroscope, accelerometers. It's gonna take a little bit to get used to the idea of interacting with the bezel itself. This here is for tracking your liquid intake, whether that's water or coffee. You can see there's, well, that could be tea as well. Maybe you're in England. Anybody can like tea. Simply by tapping the plus button here, maybe you'll be able to have a better idea of just how over caffeinated you are. 16 cups of coffee a day. That would probably kill you, right, guys? The research team has weighed in. I don't know how accurate this is, but apparently you can have more coffee than water. Say the number again, how much coffee? 31 liters of coffee before you die, apparently. Don't try that at home. And Samsung is claiming that this device is going to get between 2 and 3 days of battery life. That's true. That's a major leap in the right direction, as I think battery life is one of the major drawbacks of smartwatches. Now, when you do go to charge the device, you'll be using this little dock. Put that on your side table. It has 4 gigabytes of internal storage. So that means you're gonna be able to take a little bit of music with you locally right on the watch. Now, something that's really exciting and I'm personally quite happy about with this device is it's no longer going to be Samsung exclusive operation. This will now work with other Android devices. So that gives you a rough idea of the immediate UI, but by going to the home screen, tapping it twice, you'll bring this up. These are your apps. Here's voice memo, you also have maps, you can use it for navigation. Now, as I keep scrolling around, you'll see there's this cool animation that happens there So once I get past the first group of apps. Now you might be thinking that the app icons on a device this size are incredibly tough to select, but with this new UI, you can actually sort of just hover over music player in this particular case, and then rather than trying to tap right on that icon, you can hit in the middle of the display, and this functionality works throughout various menus and different apps. So I showed you some of the software functionality, also gave you an overview of the hardware, but there's something I haven't covered yet, and that's durability. Since this gadget is a watch, it lives on your wrist, and it goes where your wrist goes, it's kind of important that the thing is tough. And this one features something called IP68 certification. That number refers to its durability both from a dust protection standpoint, but also liquid. So there you have it. Completely submerged. Let's make sure it's still working. Yeah, no problem. Perfect. All right, IP68, as promised. That's pretty impressive. Your watch will not die if you drop it in the toilet. There you have it. A quick look, a first look, a hands-on with the new Gear S2. If you guys enjoyed this content, make sure to leave a thumbs up down below. Subscribe for more content like this, and I'll catch you on the next episode. Later, guys. I could do that all day.